Hey everyone, I'm Darkwater, and welcome back to If My Heart Had Wings. So last time I took a more normal take on this game, and the main character, Aoi, I think that's how you say it, well, that's how I'm going to try to say it, is now the dorm mother of a girls' dormitory. For some reason, because he was tricked by his mother, basically. And apparently he likes cooking and cleaning and stuff, so that makes a good fit. And even though most of the characters are voiced, I've come up with maybe 1.5 reasonable voices for the characters, because I have to read the text anyway, so might as well do it in a cool voice. Well, a voice anyway. I don't know if it's cool or not. You guys will have to be the judge of that. So anyway, let's go. I feel deeply relieved. I'm happy that things are going well. Oh geez, I'd better get ready for school. In the entrance to the dormitory there was Kotori. She was dressed in her uniform and looked like she was about to go to school. Morning, Kotori. Morning. Are we going to school? Shall we go together? Huh? Why you want to do that? Why? Well, if you're worried about my legs, then there's no need. She put it bluntly as she quickly went out the front door. I don't have any friends at school, so I was just asking. It looked like we'd had a strange misunderstanding, as one does with everybody they meet. Wearing my new uniform, I make my way to school. I'm a dorm mother, but also a student of Keifu Academy. I mean, this is my real occupation. I don't even get paid for it, but it's my occupation. Today is the first day of my new school. I'm not really the shy type, but I guess I am kind of nervous. I would say that the school I was going to before was a sports-focused all-boys school. Keifu Academy, the school I'll be going to now, is an engineering school and a co-ed, and the school traditions are quite different too. An engineering school, huh? It's pretty different from a sports school. As I walk the streets that lead to school, there are more and more groups of people wearing the same uniform. This is the same area in which I lived 5 years ago. There should be a few people that I know, but most of the people who I'd recognize went out to regular schools. I wonder if the ones who chose to go to Keifu Academy remember me. Even if I only know one person, it would make a big difference. I said out loud for some reason. There'll be more weird misunderstandings with Miss Alule too. Oh yeah, what school do Egaha and others go to? Whoa, pixelated schools, apparently. They're my childhood friends who I always played with when I was a kid. There's Agaha, Mabu, Hotaru, and Anchan. Out of that group, Agaha and Mabu are the same age as me, but we haven't met in 5 years and haven't really stayed in touch. We just about managed to exchange New Year's cards, but that reminds me, in the corner of last year's New Year's card, I think there was a small message about which school we were planning to go to. What did it say? A lot of things happened, or maybe I'm just lazy, but I haven't told anyone apart from Anchan that I'm coming back. Why not? Oh, because a lot of things happened, or because you're lazy, that's why. To be honest, I'm not even sure how I should be if I met them. Okay. And pixelated again. When someone's like Agiha, she'd probably smash my face in. She'd say, why didn't you contact me, or something. She looked and acted like a real tomboy. Well, when I remember the past, it makes me smile, but... Aye. A girl of some type. At the point where Toe Street leading into the school meet... At the point where Toe Street leading to the school meet... There was a girl wearing a Keifu uniform standing there, looking towards me. I have a problem reading that sentence for some reason. The other girls that she was walking to school with asked what's up and seemed puzzled as they spoke to her. However, it seems that the girl can't hear them and she's staring over here at me. Just faintly, her eyes seemed full of surprise. She's pretty cute. Without realizing, I'd stopped walking and was staring at the girl. Until a few days ago, I was going to an all-boys school. The sight of a girl on the way to school in her uniform, she was pretty cute too, causing me to get palpitations is perfectly reasonable. Is that you? Aoi? Aoi? Is it? I'm probably pronouncing that name. Yes, it is. Suddenly having someone call my name in such a carefree manner made me feel a little nervous. Geez, so many girl voices I have to do. Who is it? It is you, Aoi. No way, it really is you. There, she said my name again, and she has such a happy expression on her face. Do I know any girls as cute? Probably not. No, wait, I've seen this face before. When she smiles like this, and her eyes sparkle like the little kids. Is that you, Agaha? Yeah, of course, it's me. Agaha, did you forget my face? She asked as she briskly moved closer, bringing her face right to mine. It's definitely Agaha. She changed a lot, but if I look at her face, there's no doubt that it's her. Is that really that, Agaha? Yeah, very funny. How many other Agahas do you know? 100% authentic, the real Agaha Himige. What is it? What is it? Said the other girls as they gathered around in a circle, surrounding me, ready to beat me up. Agaha turned to face him and introduced me. This is Aoi Menese. He's a transfer student. You remember him, don't you, Saichin? Saichin replied, No way, Aoi, as she warmly raised her voice in surprise. When we were in the 4th grade of elementary school, we were in the same class once. Aoi and I are childhood friends. He used to live here, but he got transferred to another school, right? The girls seemed impressed by Aga's explanation as they looked at me with eyes full of expectation. Expectation to what? Nice to meet you. I'm Aoi Menese. In front of all these girls in their uniforms, I greeted them with a stern look on my face as I tried to hide my embarrassment. Why a stern look? Why can't you just act normal? Agaha laughed as she looked down with relish. I never thought I would find myself doing introductions on the street on the way to school like this, so I was totally unprepared. I'll say it again. Let me do it again. Do what again? I could hear Miss Alule's words in the back of my mind. Okay. You done told her. I didn't recognize you first. As she spoke, Agaha was moving her hands around my head to show the difference in height between myself and her. Our bodies were making contact, but she either didn't notice or didn't really mind. I flinched slightly, but the fact that she was so unreserved actually made me feel more comfortable. Back in the day, we used to have such good matches. Boys are so unfair. Speaking of which, you've changed too. Really? As she said, you think so? She looked at herself. Yeah, you always looked like a boy, so I was surprised to see that you became a girl. Those were my honest thoughts, but I said them in a way that sounded weird. I thought she might find it slightly charming, but... Haha, so I've become quite a woman, haven't I? Agaha laughed happily and did a little turn on the spot. The force of her spin made her skirt float around gently. Yeah, it's like you're not really Agaha. While dazed and not really thinking, these thoughts just kind of slipped out. Yay, alright. Agaha was pleased and did high fives with her friends. Okay. Seeing her in high spirits like that was just like old times. Agaha, my best friend during my childhood, hadn't changed in 5 years that had passed. Her appearance was surprising, though. Yep, nothing about her changed at all. Not even her appearance. The lessons on my first day at my new school flew by in the blink of an eye. Between the language and social studies lessons taught in regular schools, were those from a specialist curriculum. I was still in 2nd grade, so there aren't that many, but it looks like when you go into the 3rd and 4th grades, the number of these specialist lessons increases. By the way, this is a 5-year school. That's why when walking the hallways, this kind of thing happens. What? Hey, she's pretty. Coming from an all-boys school with its sad customs, I couldn't take my eyes from following the girls as I walked past them. Yes, they're all pretty. Oh, so you're already checking out the girls? No, that's not it. I just thought that they looked really grown up, that's all. They're seniors from the 4th and 5th grades, aren't they? At our age, a gap of 3 or 4 years is pretty big. The students in the upper grades look very mature. Also, although this is a specialist school, the percentage of girls is pretty high. Huh? Why's that? Without thinking, I really took an interest in that, and Agaha looked at me as if she wanted to call me a pervert. Why? At the time that the school was rebuilt, they made an effort to accept more girls. I'd heard about that before I transferred. They increased the number of courses for girls and asked famous designers to make the designs for the new building. It has been said, thanks to that, the ratio of boys and girls is about 50-50, which is one of the selling points of the school. Bearing this in mind, I felt uneasy about choosing the school as the one I would transfer to, but I'd like people to think that I can't be helped because I'm from an all-boys school. By the way, it's now lunchtime. Agaha is in the middle of giving me a guided tour of the school building. Yeah, but this really is an amazing school. The school itself is pretty old. Due to it being a special kind of school, of course, it's famous in the local area. I've known about it since I was a little kid. The school building has been rebuilt over the last few years, with the renovations divided into several stages, the last of which was completed just 1 year ago. That's pretty new. It's said that this is because of the famous designers. The design uses many curved lines, so the appearance is far removed from what that generally associated with the word school. It felt like I had entered some kind of sci-fi setting. Cool. The facilities are first class too. Air conditioning, full disabled access, so anyone can feel peace in mind as they spend their school days here. Disabled access? That's right, Miss Kotori, should be somewhere in the school. But you really have changed. Agaha, as she moved by my side, was happily murmuring as she looked at my face. In the past, your face was cuter, but now it seems more rugged somehow. Yeah, same to you. Hey, I don't look rugged. If she knew that when she made on the way to school earlier, I thought she was pretty cute. She'd never let it go, so I'd better keep quiet. Why? It's the truth, isn't it? If I hadn't heard about An-chan, I never would have realized. You heard it from An-chan? Yes, that you were coming back. By the way, I'm in the same class as Agaha. She knew that I might be coming as a transfer student, which is why she wasn't that surprised by our chance meeting this morning. If you were going to come back, we should have contacted me. I'm sorry, you should have contracted me to do work for you. Sorry. The reason why we call him An-chan isn't because he isn't like an older brother type guy. Aniki, an older guy, like a big brother. Okay. He was our childhood friend, but he was much older than us, so we nicknamed him An-chan. Okay. He's not really bad blood, but he's just like a real big brother. Agaha glared at me and said, "Geez," as I tried to laugh it off. The old mate would have made you taste the X-bomb lariat. She wouldn't really have hit me. As we talked, we went back to the classroom. The classrooms weren't exactly normal either. I feel a little uneasy taking lessons here, but maybe I'll get used to it sometime soon. By the way, there's a girl in a wheelchair in the school, right? Miss Lule? No, she's called Kotori Habane. I asked Agaha as we returned to our seats. I didn't ask what grade she was in, but even if it's not the same, I thought Agaha would at least be aware of her. Yeah. Agaha reacted like she was being evasive. It wasn't just Agaha, but the other people sitting nearby who heard a conversation also seemed kind of awkward. Question mark? If you're after Kotori, she's in this class. It looks like she's not here today, though. After Agaha said that, someone added, "You mean today either, don't you?" The way she said it, that seemed quite harsh. That can't be. I mean... I thought about explaining that she had left the dormitory this morning in her uniform, but I held my tongue. The atmosphere was kind of strange. Recently, she's been off school for a long time. Seems she's not feeling well. Not feeling well? Okay, as we get pixelated. Yesterday she had went out for a windmill hill, and then later she was chasing that duck around the hall of the dormitory. And this morning she left wearing her uniform. Is she skipping school? However, more worrying than what Kotori is up to is the reaction of the others in the class when they heard us talking about her. Even Agaha looked like she had something she wanted to say but couldn't. But I don't really know what the situation is, so I can't really say anything.
Hey,
Yamamoto, can you lend me your English dictionary? As the awkwardness started to fade, an optimistic voice called out. From the entrance of the classroom, a carefree-looking guy poked his head in and started speaking to a boy in our class. Oh, good timing. Hey, Mabo. Mabo? What is it, Aga? You want something? The guy known as Mabu came in the classroom. Ever changing about me because you and I are friends? That's what you might call jealousy, right? Whatever, come over here. Or split you in half. Oh, who's this? Transfer student? Aga looks pretty cute, but she's like a dude on the inside, so watch out. Aga and I both looked blankly at him for a moment. What? Long time no see, Mabo. Huh? Why is the transfer student being so buddy-buddy with me, his face seemed to say. It's me, have you forgot? Jeez, I can't keep these voices straight. There are so many characters. It's me, have you forgotten me? It's me, you say. Huh? What? Is that you, Ayo? Aoi? I looked at Agaha and she... Hee. She wanted to surprise him, so it seems like she intentionally didn't tell him. This slightly superficial guy is Masatsugu Takashi. I think I'm saying that right. Or Mabu, as we call him. That's a lot easier to say. He's our childhood friend. Well, why is he here? So is he a transfer student, huh? What? You're white eyed surprised. Of course I'm surprised. What? You seem well, Mabo. You've grown pretty big. Masatsugu used to be really small, but now he was about the same size as me. It's not quite like the change in Agaha, but that's in the 5 years that have passed since we were kids, it looks like he's grown to be twice the size. You too! We grabbed each other by the right hand. This was instead of a small, quiet greeting. Is it really you, eh? Yeah, I'm back, Mabu. Welcome back. What is with him, dude? What is your problem? This time, bam, he gave me a full-on hug. Hey. Oh, okay, so this is what they call passionate friendship, eh? We were the only ones who thought so, whereas all the girls around us were totally freaked out. I missed you, Aoi. What? No, not really, you traitor. Mabu suddenly backed off and thrust his finger at the end of my nose. What is this all of a sudden?
いきなり出て行ったと思ったら
I thought you just up and left, and you didn't even contact me.
俺やアゲハが
Do
ど
you
んな
even
思い
know
出
what
があっ
Agahe
て
and
ん
I
の
have been
知ってるの
through,
か
you jack?
いやいや、勝手に私を
No,
巻
no,
き添え
no.
にするな。
You can't involve me in this.
そのくせよくものこのこ
After that, how dare you? I'm sorry, but it's not my fault that I had to move away. If you want to complain, say it to my dad. I thought about writing a letter, but I felt kind of embarrassed. For the most part, the fact that there was no contact was both our faults.
この裏切り者め
You traitor, I'll never forgive you.
お前なんか嫌いだ
I hate you. You're an idiot. With saliva flying out of his mouth, because he was thinking of food, as he emphasized his words, Mabu forgot all about borrowing the English dictionary and he stormed out of the classroom.
子供かい。
Are you a little kid or something? It wasn't just us, but everyone in the classroom was shocked.
こうなると思って教
I
えて
thought
なかっ
this
たん
might
だけど
happen,
ね。
which is why I didn't tell him.
知ってたらあいつ。
If I'd known, I would have been going off a full throttle like that from the beginning. I think that was the correct decision. I want to say thank you. Even so, he did seem really upset about
あい
it.
つ最近彼女ができて
I
調子ついてん
recently
の
got a
よ。
girlfriend. He's really into her.
小さい頃は
When we were kids, he'd always say, Aoi, Agaha, wait,
とか
as he
して
followed us everywhere. Wait, wait.
大丈夫。
It's
すぐ元
fine.
通りに
He'll
な
see
る
you
って
getting back to how he was. The guy really likes you, are you?
葵大好きっ子だもん。
Don't say it like that. It sounds weird.
そう可愛いじゃない。
Really? I think it's cute. While we carried on talking, the bell to mark the end of lunchtime sounded. Everyone put away their lunchboxes and got ready for the next lesson. Agaha went back to her seat. She stopped halfway, then walked back. What's up? Agaha seemed concerned about those around us and lowered her voice.
なんでハバネさん
I
の
was
ことを
wondering
知
how
って
you
るの
know
か
about
なって。
Kotori. Well, the truth is, my mum asked me to be the dorm mother of a student dormitory. I lowered my voice so that those around us couldn't hear.
寮の管理人？
The caretaker of a dormitory. Kotori's boarding there.
そうなんだ。
Oh, really? My mum asked me to take good care of Kotori. Even if she hadn't, I'd be worried about her anyway. As she listened to my explanation, Agaha thought it over. Her expression darkened
こ
somehow.
のまま来なくなるんじゃないかっ
Like
て。
if it carries on
みんな
like this,
心
she'll
配して
stop
る。
coming altogether. Everyone's worried about her.
あんまり学校が楽し
It
く
looks
ない
like
みたい
she's
なん
not
だ。
really enjoying school. It looked as if she was saying, I can't believe she doesn't enjoy school. You seem to enjoy it.
私？
Me?
も
Of
ちろん
course
だ
I
よ。
do. It's a
だ
fun
って
school,
楽
that's
しいじゃな
why.
い学校。
I guess. It's on my first day, though, so I wouldn't know. It was still my first day at a new school, which was exactly what I said. But I was enjoying it quite a lot, too.
そっか。
Really? Is that
そう
so?
なんだ。
Whether or not she was convinced by my story, Agaha mumbled something or other as she returned to her seat. Okay. After school, I was alone and was wandering around the school building. This was so that I could take a look at some of the club activities. Film studies, theater club, there's even an RC club. This is, after all, a specialist school. Looking at the playing field from the window and the heat outside, I saw the sports club practicing. Compared to my school, it's pretty calm. Oh, I said that out loud. Why does he say stuff to himself out loud? I missed it. Shoot. The sports clubs at the school I used to go to were taken so seriously. The sight of training before a match was one of grueling harshness. Wait, what do I mean, my school? I'm a student of this school now. I'll go take a look. I went down next to the playing field to watch the sports clubs practicing. Before long, I started to feel a little down, so I left. The doctor said that it's light exercise, it shouldn't be a problem. I try stepping down strongly with my right foot, and there isn't really any discomfort. There at the baseball club, which was returning through returning through from the off-campus running course, entered through the school gates.
水瀬お
Hey,
前
Minase,
水瀬だ
it's you,
ろ
Minase, yes indeed. The one calling me was an old acquaintance. It's you, Tamagotchi. It's been a long time.
お前帰ってきたんだってなもう
So you
部
came
活は
back.
決めたん
Have you
だ
decided which club you want to join? No, not yet. I'm going around taking a look
野
now.
球部入れよ
Join the baseball club. You'd become a regular in no time. When I was a kid, I often played baseball in the park. Some of the guys in the group that were my teammates or on the other team were in this baseball team. I'll think about it, I casually responded, and the baseball team members replied, Come on, join us seriously, as I returned to the playing field. If I could do physical activities, baseball, in fact anything, would be okay. As I grumbled to myself, I felt that I didn't want to go back to the playing field, so I entered the path leading to the back of the school. So he must have been in an accident then. From his bike. I spent a while walking across the back of the school. It was called the rear garden, but it looked like it hadn't been taken care of at all, and was just an empty space with weeds growing everywhere. In that empty space, there was a garage. Kind of messy. Hello, I'm coming in. It looks like no one's here, but I thought I should say something to let them know, just in case. Is this place used for club activities too? Or is it used for lessons? I don't know what they're used for, but there are many tools and parts crammed onto the shelves that cover the walls. Then in the center is a huge object covered with a sheet. The feelings that had washed over me like a wave when I watched the sports clubs strangely subside from being here. The tools in the dimly lit garage must have reminded me of the times when I would tinker with my bicycle. What is this used for? I conceal the sound of my footsteps as I sneak inside the garage. Okay. It's pretty spacious, and there's a tea set here too. There was no doubt about it, someone was using this place. I'll get a strange sense of activity. I guess it must be one of the clubs. Whoa! There's someone here. I was so surprised I felt like my heart was going to jump out. The person over there seemed not to have noticed me at all. I'm not sure if you could call it a drawing board, but as she stared at the plans that were placed there, she was kind of groaning. I'm sorry for letting myself in here. I'll be going now. It's no good, she didn't hear me. Excuse me. I apologize for walking in here. Don't mind me, I'll be going now, I shouted at the top of my lungs. Her eyes were so serious as she stared at the plans, and she looked like she was really concentrating. I didn't know what to do, so I just looked at her from the side. Now that I look closely, she's really beautiful. Hey, why am I staring at her? I think you answered your own question, though, dude. With the previous line, I hurriedly look away. However, it looks as if she still has noticed me, so I take another glimpse. She looks quite mature. Is she in the 5th grade? She's so pretty. Kotori is pretty too, but this person is different and has a mysterious charm. Whoosh. Okay. She suddenly stood up. I'm sorry. Without thinking, I avert my eyes and apologize, but she's looking straight past me and grabs a big, thick book from the shelf.
やっぱりそうか。
Yes, that's it. She flicked through the pages and looked like she had found something before going straight back to her seat. Aha. In good spirits, she began swiftly drawing the plans. The pen made a nice swoosh swoosh sound as it ran across the page. The feeling of maturity that she had until just now suddenly changed. When she smiles, all of a sudden she looks more like a kid. As her eyes looked straight at the plans, they looked as though they had a crystal clear purity to them. Just like an innocent child, her eyes looked as though she believed that the world is full of wonderful, sparkling things. Isn't it?
これでよしっと。
Ha ha ha. There we go. Her hand stopped moving. I got the timing right. Excuse me? She finally noticed me. Hey, Senpai noticed you. Good job.
いや、こんにちは。
Oh, hello. Even though I unexpectedly appeared like that, she didn't show any signs of caution, and still in good spirits smiled as she greeted me. Hi. I thought that I should say something to her, but I didn't think of what to say after that.
どうかしたのかい？
What's up? I'm sorry that I just let myself in here. I just transferred here today, but I was taking a look at the club activities, and I got lost and came in here. Okay. I got a little carried away and said more than I needed to, but she didn't seem interested at all. She looked at me as if to say yes and...
勝手に入ってくれて構わない。
I don't mind if you let yourself in here. It seemed like a kind of a blunt way to say it, but she wasn't angry or anything. She has a strange way of speaking. What? Well, I'm sorry. I'd better go. As I said that like a total loser, a huge sound echoed around the garage. What's that noise?
お腹すいた。
I'm hungry. With a lack of energy in her voice, the beautiful girl before me held her stomach and fell down onto the drawing board. And then she died soon after. Was that the sound of your stomach just now? We're inside the garage, so the sound echoed like crazy and sounded like the growl of a monster. Looks like my body just remembered. Looks like my body just remembered that my stomach is empty. And then she collapsed. She seemed to sway as she tried to get up, but she didn't have enough energy, so she slumped back down with her cheek on the drawing board. Which cheek? I'll let you decide. Would you like to eat this? I took some bread out of my bag. I thought I'd get hungry with just a lunchbox, so at lunchtime I bought some melon bread. Does it taste like a melon? I don't really get what melon bread is. Wow. Her eyes shone as if she were an explorer who had discovered treasure in a cave in some unexplored place.
いいのか？
Are you sure? Go ahead.
ありがとう。
Thank you. She took the melon bread, opened the wrapper immediately, and bit into the contents. She was getting crumbs everywhere, but really looked like she was enjoying it as she devoured it greedily.
おいしい。おいしい。久しぶりのカロリー摂
So
取。
tasty. I haven't had a calorie intake for ages. Could that be because she's poor? The fact that she was so ecstatic over something like melon bread actually made me quite worried. She didn't show any signs that she was thinking of my generosity and just ate up the high-calorie melon bread.
おいしかった。
Phew, that was delicious. She murmured happily, looking happy as can be. Very happy. She looked like she was mulling over the taste of the melon bread in her brain.
脳に糖分が染み込む。
The sugar is going to my brain, haha. She said as she turned back to the drawing board. Then she started drawing the plans again with incredible energy. From the serious look on her face, it seemed like she had already forgotten about me. She's strange. Not just a little, but very strange. Okay, well, I'll be off now. Perhaps she didn't hear me. I don't know. Perhaps I'll be off now, I shouted at the top of my lungs. I put the melon bread wrapper that she had left behind in my pocket and turned to leave. Why don't you throw it in a trash can, dude? I reluctantly left the special atmosphere of the garage behind me. Right. And now it's nighttime. Well, evening. Alright, well, I think this is a good place to stop. Good first day of school, I guess. So, as always, let me know what you guys think. And thank you guys for watching. Thanks for being cool, and I'll see you next time.